Let's start by learning the logic on how the cube operates. Look at the centers. The color of the center is the color that the side must be when the puzzle is solved. So for example, this center is green and then this side is green. Another thing you need to know is that in the solved state, red is always opposite of orange, green is always opposite of blue, and then white is always opposite of yellow. Now, it's time for a quiz. In the solved state, what color will this side be? That's right, it will be red. Next, you will need to master notation. This is crucial to learning and performing what are called algorithms. The right layer is R, the left layer is L, this layer is D, this one is U, this one is F, and then this one is B. Letters with an apostrophe next to them mean that the move needs to be done counterclockwise. This is called a prime move. If the letter has no prime, that means the move needs to be clockwise. For example, this is an F because I just moved the front layer clockwise. This is an F prime because I just moved the layer counterclockwise. If the letter has a 2 after it, this means that the layer needs to be turned 180 degrees. So a U2 move would mean that the upper layer needs to be turned twice. Think of it as either 2 U moves in a row or 2 U prime moves in a row. If a letter is marked with a W after it, or if the letter itself is a lowercase, that means you move those 2 layers simultaneously instead of just the one. So this would be R wide prime, or lowercase r prime. Demonstrate on your cube what an L move looks like. Correct, it would be this move. Now what is a B2 move? It'd be this move. How about lowercase d prime and d wide prime? You're right, it'd be this. Hooray! You will also have what are called cube rotations, and you will see the lowercase letters of X, Y, and Z. An X move is equivalent to an R move, but the whole cube is rotated clockwise, viewing from the right side, following the R direction instead of moving the right layer. And you guessed it, X prime would be the opposite of that. A Y move is a cube rotation viewed from the upper layer and follows the U direction. Y prime. A Z move is a rotation viewed from the front layer and follows the F direction. Z prime. Finally, there's what's called M, E, and S moves. M moves refer to vertical movements in the middle layer on the front side. M moves follow the L direction. L prime, M prime. Now, E refers to the horizontal middle layer on the front side, which is called the equatorial layer. I call it the equator. So for example, E moves follow the D direction, E prime. Finally, S moves refer to the middle horizontal layer when facing the upper side, which is the standing layer. S moves follow the F direction, S prime. Now, may I go to the bathroom? I'm going, too bad. Demonstrate what a Z prime move is. You're right, it's this. Now, demonstrate on your cube what an M move would be. You're right, it'd be this. We are finally done with notation, now on to the actual solving. Solving the cross is a very intuitive process. Now what I want you to do is scramble your cube. Make sure that the white center is at the bottom, because that's going to be the white face once it's solved. And what you want to do is look for any white edge piece to work with. So, for example, right now I see this white-green edge piece. You want to make sure that the other color matches with the centerpiece. So what I did there is I moved the white-green to match the green center here. And since white is opposite of yellow, you can just do, in this case, an F2 to finish off that first cross edge. So what I did there is I paired the green with green, white with white. That's what you want to do with every edge piece to form the cross. So right now this one's lucky. The orange and white piece is right next to the orange center. So all I have to do is just an R prime move and then that's inserted. So now I'm noticing this white blue edge piece. What I want you to do is move that white edge piece up to the top layer, make sure it matches again with the same colored center, and then bring it down to the white layer. Now you have 3 edge pieces done. And then finally, you have this final edge, the white red. Move it up to the top layer. See how I did that? You want to bring this back down so that way you don't mess it up. And then match it again. And then you have your cross complete. We all scrambled it differently, so obviously your scramble is not going to match my scramble. But now it's time to solve the corners. You want to look for any random white corners. So for example, I got lucky with this one. This one is right over where it's supposed to go. We have white, red, green, white, green, red, same thing. So if the white piece is on the left side, you want to do L prime, U prime, L. And now that's in there. I'm going to put that over where it needs to go. So that's orange, blue, white, white, orange, blue. And then you're going to do a right-handed insert. So you're going to do R, U, R prime. And then that solves that corner. And then I'm noticing that this corner, it's down in the white layer, but it's not oriented correctly and it's in the wrong spot. So it needs to be in the opposite spot. So I'm going to take that out. And then this is a lucky thing. I'm going to teach you this early. This is called an F2L pair. So it's where the corner is already paired with like the middle edge piece. So red, white, blue, blue, red. It just matches. So you're just going to do a left-handed insert. Even if that edge wasn't there, you still can do the left insert that way. Next you have one more corner. So I see the white, green, orange here. Put it over where it needs to go. It's on the left side. So you want to do the left-handed insert, which is L prime, U prime, L. Now your white face is solved. F2L is fairly intuitive as well. The main tip with F2L is to make sure you insert edge pieces into the middle layer or the second layer that are not white or yellow. So this one is green and orange. You want to match the corner in the upper layer facing you with the centerpiece associated. Since it's on the right side, you will do this algorithm to insert it into place. So that'd be U prime, L prime, U prime, L, and then you do a cube rotation. So that, in this case, it's Y prime. And then you'll do U, and then you'll do that right-handed insert like I taught you with the corners. R, U, R prime. And then that F2L pair is solved. Now look for another edge piece that you can work with. I do notice this one, but I'm not going to start with that one. This one is not white or yellow, so I'll use this one. I'm going to line it up with the associated colored center. This is on the right side again, so I'm going to do the same algorithm. U prime, L prime, U prime, L, Y prime for the cube rotation, U, and then right-handed insert. And now that's solved as well. This is the right-handed algorithm again, but I'm going to show you the left one so you'll learn it. So this is similar to the right-handed case you just did, but it's on the left. So you'll start in a similar position, and then this time you'll do U, R prime, do a Y rotation, then do U prime, L prime, U prime, L. And then that solves the last F2L pair. What I would advise too is try to solve the F2L pairs in the back first. It just makes it more efficient. It makes look ahead easier, and instead of checking the back face for available edges as well, you only have to check the upper face and the front face. So I'm going to teach you one of the easiest algorithms to learn, and one of the most common ones that is used by pretty much everybody. It is called the sexy move. So it is R, U, R prime, U prime. In this case, where you have white, red, blue, and then the edge is opposite of the associated corner pieces or corner colors, you will do 3 of these sexy moves. So R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. Another algorithm that is good to know is called the sledgehammer. So it is useful in a case like this where the F2L pair is over the associated center on the right side and the white piece is facing you. You go R prime, F, R, F prime, and that inserts the pair. OLL, or orienting last layer, is the process where you do algorithms to orient pieces to solve the yellow side. First, we will focus on the edges, and we will want to solve the yellow cross first. For the first step of OLL, there are 3 possible patterns you need to recognize. If you come across this line pattern with 2 edge pieces oriented, where the yellow is facing up, you will do this algorithm. F, the sexy move, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, and then the cross is solved. If there are 2 oriented edges adjacent to each other. Make sure they are both in the bottom right corner. You want to do this algorithm. So remember how I talked about the lowercase or white algorithms? So lowercase f, sexy move again, lowercase f prime, and then you get the cross again. Finally, if you happen to have this dot case where none of these edges have yellow on the top face or facing up, then you'll want to do a combination of the two algorithms I taught you. So it's f, r, u, r prime, u prime, the sexy move, f prime, and then you'll want to do a lowercase f, and then the sexy move again, r, u, r prime, u prime, and then lowercase f prime. The cross is now solved. For the second step of OLL, you need to solve the yellow face entirely. For this process, I'm only going to teach you one algorithm. This is the most common algorithm that everyone needs to know, and it's called the soon. With your solved corner in the bottom left and this yellow corner facing you, you'll do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. For this case, where you actually don't have that yellow corner facing you and it's facing on the left side, you want to do the soon algorithm still. Do a U2 so that way it finally does face you and that solved corner is in the bottom left still, and do the soon algorithm. I'm going to show you another algorithm. So you could have this left corner facing you and then this bottom right corner facing up, and it's basically just a left-handed version of the soon I taught you. So it's L prime, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U2, L, and then that solves it. So if you happen to have this pattern with these two opposite corners not oriented and these two are oriented, you want to have this corner facing you and this corner facing to the right with yellow, and you'll want to do the soon algorithm twice, and then make sure to do a U2 so that way you still have that position where the face up corner is in the bottom left and the corner facing you is in the bottom right, and you do the soon algorithm one more time. For this case, where two adjacent corners have yellow facing up and then you have two not facing up and it's facing front and in the back, you want to do a soon algorithm. If you're more advanced, do the left-handed soon. But in this beginner method, I'm going to teach you the one where this is still in the bottom left and this isn't facing. Do that soon algorithm again. U2, make sure that is facing, bottom left. Do the soon again. This is a similar case. You still have those two adjacent corners with yellow facing up, and this time it actually does form headlights. You want the headlights in front. You want to do that soon algorithm, and then you'll do a U prime, do that soon algorithm, then you'll do a U2 in the good position, and do the soon one more time. For this next algorithm, you'll have one side with headlights and one side where one corner is facing you and one corner is facing the back. You want the headlights on the left and then these two protruding corners on the right side. And what you're going to do is the soon algorithm like normal. You'll do a U prime, set up that sweep position, and then do the soon again. And finally, this is the case where there actually are two headlights on opposite sides. You'll want to have no headlights in front, and you'll do the soon twice. But there is actually an easier algorithm that I regularly use for this case, and it involves the headlights in the front. All it is an F move, and then actually three sexy moves, and then an F prime move. PLL, or permutating last layer, is the step to finally solve the cube after the yellow side has been solved. The first step involves having either 3 or 4 edges either be solved or have a pair of headlights. I have this pair of headlights in the back. Once you put those in the back, you're going to do this algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And now you will have headlights on either 3 or all 4 sides. So if you have this case where you have 3 headlights and then one side solved, and the right edge needs to go to the left and all the pieces need to go counterclockwise, put the solved side in the back and you'll do this algorithm. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2, and that solves the cube. If you have the opposite case where the left edge needs to go to the right and all the pieces need to go clockwise, still have the solve side in the back, and you'll just do that algorithm I taught you twice. If you want to get more advanced, there is a left-handed algorithm to the one I just taught, and it goes like this. L prime, U, L prime, U prime, L prime, U prime, L prime, U, L, U, L2. Now, if you have this case with 4 sides with headlights and the edges have to go to the opposite spot, so here and here, here and here, you'll do the algorithm I taught you. Make sure the solve side is in the back, so do a U, and then do that one more time. And then that solves the cube. However, there is this advanced algorithm I'm going to teach you that involves the middle layer, and it goes like this. M2, U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. And finally, there's a case where the edges don't swap opposite, they swap adjacent. So here and here. And you want 2 corners to be swapped to be in the bottom right, and you'll do the algorithm I taught you. Do a U prime to put that solved part in the back, and then do that one more time. And then that solves it. There is one more advanced algorithm I want to teach you. You want to put the corners that need to be swapped in the bottom left, not the bottom right. And it goes like this. M2, U prime, M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M2, U2, M prime. And then that solves the cube.